Celebrities are rallying to his cause, saying this is a First Amendment assault being carried out by the FCC, Brendan Carr, and by the President of the United States himself. And to that, you say?
Well, there are two things. First of all, I'd like them to tell me exactly what Brendan Carr did to have Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air, because number one, he is currently on the air, and to the extent that he isn't in certain stations, it's because he's not funny and because his ratings aren't very good.
There are times when politics and entertainment collide so directly that it becomes impossible to separate the two. A comment meant for a news interview becomes comedy material. A joke from a late-night stage becomes part of the national conversation. That is exactly what happened when J.D. Vance criticized Jimmy Kimmel and unexpectedly created one of the most viral late-night moments of the week.
Vance, so good to see you. I know you've not been feeling great, but it's good to see you in better health.
The exchange started when Vance questioned why Kimmel remained on television, arguing that poor ratings and weak comedy should be enough reason for networks to reconsider giving him airtime. But he did not stop there. He broadened the argument by saying major broadcast networks use public airwaves and therefore should be held accountable for whether they truly serve the public interest. It was a strategic move designed to make the issue sound bigger than one comedian or one television show. From a political perspective, it was smart framing. Instead of sounding personally offended by jokes, Vance presented himself as someone discussing media responsibility and cultural standards. By shifting attention toward networks and institutions, he attempted to challenge the legitimacy of the platform rather than the humor itself. But once the comments reached Jimmy Kimmel, the conversation changed immediately. Kimmel did not answer with a policy discussion or a detailed defense of ratings numbers. He answered with comedy. Using sarcasm and quick timing, he mocked the criticism and turned the attack into a punchline.
Vance tweeted, "Today I met with the Holy Father, Pope Francis. I am grateful for his invitation to meet, and I pray for his good health. Happy Easter." Oh man, what a way to go, huh? I mean, Holy Father, do you have any last wishes? Well, not this, not this.
The audience responded instantly with laughter, and that laughter became the real headline. That reaction matters because laughter is not just entertainment. In moments like this, it becomes public judgment. It tells viewers which side seems confident, which side looks uncomfortable, and which message feels more relatable. Kimmel understood that better than anyone. He knew that debating statistics would slow the moment down, but humor could win it in seconds. As the monologue continued, Kimmel expanded beyond one joke. He used Vance as part of a larger political story, touching on his transformation from Trump critic to Trump ally, and the pressure that comes with defending controversial figures in modern politics. The jokes were sharp and exaggerated, but they carried a clear message. Politics today often depends more on loyalty and performance than consistency. That is one reason late-night television has become so influential. It translates complicated political stories into simple, memorable moments. Many viewers do not follow every interview, speech, or policy debate, but they will remember a joke that captures the contradiction in seconds. Vance later responded again by criticizing not only Kimmel, but also the type of audience that watches him. He described viewers as overly partisan and disconnected from ordinary Americans. This is a common political tactic. When you cannot win over a crowd, question the crowd itself. It can energize supporters, but it also risks sounding defensive. Kimmel used that too. He repeated the language on air, exaggerated the tone, and invited the audience to laugh at how serious and awkward it sounded. Once again, the room erupted. What began as criticism of a television host had now become another viral moment at the expense of the politician who started it. What made the clash important was that it was never really about ratings. It was about narrative control. Vance wanted viewers to see late-night hosts as partisan activists pretending to be comedians. Kimmel wanted viewers to see politicians as powerful figures who cannot handle criticism. Both sides understood that in the modern media world, perception can matter as much as facts, and that media world moves fast. A comment on cable news can become a trending clip in minutes. A monologue can dominate headlines by morning. The boundary between politics and pop culture is thinner than ever, which is why so many politicians now treat comedians like real opponents. This moment also reflected the larger shadow of Donald Trump. Because Vance is closely tied to Trump's political movement, any public clash involving him instantly gains more attention. Supporters rally behind him. Critics celebrate the jokes. The cycle grows bigger with every reaction. In the end, Vance tried to make the conversation about media standards. Kimmel made it about political insecurity. One side offered criticism. The other side offered comedy. And in a culture driven by fast clips, shareable moments, and crowd reactions, comedy often travels further. That is why this exchange mattered. It showed how entertainment can shape political narratives. It showed how quickly attacks can backfire. And it showed that in today's America, a late-night studio can become just as influential as a press conference. Some arguments fade quickly. Others keep spreading because they reveal something deeper. This was one of those moments.